welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement, getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, Reader's Magnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on us authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, Reader's Magnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank Reader's Magnet and everybody that's involved. I love Reader's Magnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hi, I'm Rotha Dawkins. I'm in Thomasville, North Carolina. I'm one of the authors that you will be, I hope you'll ask us some questions because I need to know some answers to them anyhow. But anyhow, I appreciate you joining us today and sharing our hopes and dreams. We look forward to sharing our books with you. I'm the author of On Call, which is a book about fire departments, and then of course Treats and Tales, that's about our puppies, kitties, and what have you. So I think that you would enjoy our books, and I want you to be sure and check in with Barnes and Noble and the Amazon folks and get copies, because that's how we can be best involved with you. So I did have someone that called in the other day, and yesterday it was, and I was too late to get their information, and they wanted to know about the Treats and Tale book. Was it a very long book? And they wanted also to know who it was designated for. Well, it's not a very long book. It's about 150-ish pages, and they've got diagrams and pictures and a variety of things that you would certainly enjoy and apply to your own pet and your own situation. So I really look forward to having you look at that and then share with me, please do. And then of course there's things for kitties too. Someone asked about that, and so the patterns that we've put in there are easy to follow and something you can draw to your designated animals situation. Another person asked if I would tell them just a little bit about me. And I'm, as you can see, I've got a couple of little things on the right in here, you know, and that tells you that I'm 82 3/4 years old. And I've been constantly around the United States. I've done some foreign travel too, but in my passage of going here to there, as a child, I was raised in North Carolina. And when I hit 18, I hit New York. And of course, I love New York. New York City is a wonderful place. And back then, it was just a delight. You could really walk around the streets at night. And I lived in the Gramercy Village area. And we just had so many friends immediately when I arrived there, one of my greatest thrills was meeting some of the people when I'd get out of church, and Nat King Cole was one, and he would sing at a restaurant. So we've had a lot of places that we've been. I lived in Great Falls, Montana. I lived in Seattle, Washington, and in California also, so Riverside. So those are the places that have made me become more of what I am. And I do love bringing my niches from where I've been. If it's in food, I add some of the recipes that I've found here and there. And so that's compiles the recipes in some of the books. And of course, Connected are not, that's a book coming. It also has some recipes, but On Call, the book about the fire department, when firemen go off on their trips to meet their destinations for things that happen, the fire calls, the bells ring, the streets, you hear the fire engines roar up and down, and every day they're going every day. This last week I took 7 fire departments books so they could share with us, and they were so happy that I had written something that's for the layman, not something that's fallen out of the big skies of New York and Chicago, Detroit, the huge places. So I hope that you'll enjoy this book also. I enjoyed writing that book. It was a very hard book to write, and Treats and Tales was a little complicated, but not quite so much as On Call. Again, someone asked if I would what I did when I was in these other places. Maybe that's a repeated question. I was at Mayer School of Design in New York. That was my first thing, and that I got my degree and my information for doing all these things, making clothes. And that's been a piece of my life, all my life. I've always had a shop or a dress shop or a manufacturing place in Seattle. I did commercial uniforms for the big hotels through the Jim Ward agency. And that was quite a job and quite a wonderful thing. I loved it. That I did just before I moved back in 1974 or 5 to North Carolina. I had 2 children and my husband passed away. So I wanted to be close to home and where I could have the involvement with my family, and they could have involvement with the family. Family is a lot of what books are about us, about me, about you, about your cousins, aunts, and uncles. And all these things have cousins and aunts and uncles, even our puppy dogs. So if you are interested in contacting us, be sure and get in touch with us through our publisher. And also, you can just simply buy books too. All of them that you can buy will be wonderful. But Reader's Magnet has done a wonderful job promoting us and getting us to where that we can keep going and start more. They've encouraged me to start another book, which I have. First chapter, maybe another half chapter. But anyhow, that goes in it. And this new book is going to be something entirely different, and it's about gardening, which I love gardening. But Treats and Tales is about little pups and how they do things. We show in the book recipes for the pets, and they have and the patterns, of course, for the clothing that you'd be able to make for them. The recipes for the dogs and the cats are people friendly. So if the kid gets a couple of the cookies, it's all right. They can share it with the puppy. And we always like to do that. We have meatloaf and pooch pralines, and we have dog patties. But one of my favorite things that my dogs have always loved, and all the neighbor dogs love them too, is pup pops. And that you'll find in, I believe it's on page 171 in Treats and Tales. And it tells you how to make popsicles for puppies. And so they're nice and cold, and dogs love it. And they really aren't supposed to eat too much of people ice cream. So they'll come and sneak yours when you leave the room or something. But I do love cooking for them. It's a lot of fun. It's you stir up simple things, and young people can do this. And I would say if you get treats and tales and you're reading the book to your grandchildren, and the grandchildren can read to their friends, I think that they'll find a lot of fun in it, where the dogs they're in this. It starts out that the big little reds is the first story in the book. It's the main story. And we tell about how they're in the pound and how they're just so distraught because they know that if something happens the next day, they're all going to be sent to the gas chamber. And so that's something we don't want to have happen. We set you off like that, and then the dogs start talking. And they talk just like people like me and you, and say, hello, I'm Mr. Boney. And so you look at him and say, yeah, you're a little bit bony. Let's get you a little bit more food, or we'll take you home. And that's what we want you to do, is to share your experiences. Even call me if you have anything that I could help you with. And your veterinarians, they're all gung-ho for this. Our vets here have copies of our books. And I think that you'll find that reading this to yourself and then to the kids, you got to read it to yourself and then know if you really want or think the kids will enjoy this. So Paul says, what breed of dog is your most favorite? Well, Paul, thank you for calling, coming in. I like a lot of breeds, but I love dachshunds. I have a red dachshund, and I take him to the beauty shop so the beautician can match my color to his red hair. That's always fun. And I have one dog, but my daughter has 4, and I share. She has 3 dachshunds and one mixed up dog who is white, and he's on his last days. So it's just been fun that I get to share those. So I consider I have a bunch. Those are my grandbabies. Stacy says, if you would reincarnate as a dog, what breed would you like to be? Probably a French poodle, because they get all these fancy clothes and things, and everybody stands back and says, oh, look at that little baby there. Isn't it sweet? And Lakeisha Townsend, how long have you been an author? Well, the very serious side of my books that I'm working on now, although I have some in the back of my drawer that are on their way out, but very seriously about 30 years, and before off and on. But we're planning to do some things to help everybody. Artist Hortense, I hope I said your name a little bit. Where did I get Little Red? Little Red was a dachshund that I had, and she was absolutely wonderful. And so I got her off the street one day. She was running along, and I picked her up, and I was able to take her to the Humane Society and our people, and they let me have her. So I was happy with Red. And Monique Watson did researching for the story mean spending time with lots of dogs? Yes, it did. And I enjoyed every moment. They're so precious and so funny. I have a dog next door to me that has a little broken arm, and it's been broken. That little dog is one of those little Pekingese, a tiny one. And she's had that splint, and she'll fall and jump. So that's kind of crazy. And Jessa Fallman, loved my book. Thank you so much. And I hope that you will enjoy it more and more, and that you'll send us to your friends for this too, because we really do need your help, and anything we can do and Reader's Magnet can do. Be sure and be in touch with us, because we want to give you something that is going to be nice. You're going to love the other books we have coming too. And of course, Reader's Magnet has a fine group of authors, other authors, not just me, but plenty of wonderful authors that have everything from humor to, family stories. So if you're interested, it'll be fun. And how do you start with your poems? I do have a poetry book, and it will come later. This poetry book that I have is about trucking, because I did a group of trucking books, and it fell into being part of that. And I think of a poem as like a song to the soul, and you just sit, you might find a great place, look out the window, and dream about something special. And if that's what you're wanting to do, put your heart out there and you'll love it. Rebecca Jordan, it was easy writing from, was it easy writing from the perspective of a dog? Oh, yeah, because I talk to my dog all the time. That keeps people from thinking I'm crazy and talking to myself. But I do that too. But anyhow, my dog understands everything I say. I do believe she does. She does a great job. And so it's always fun, but you'll love that part of it. And then friends, uh, I can't pronounce that last name, Giolino, um, says good morning, and good morning to you. I'll try to learn your name when I get to see this again later, but look forward to seeing you. Maybe I can see you at the New York uh, literary show coming up in next week. Um, we had we had a lot of fun getting everything ready, getting everybody ready. I've had a suit that I've worked on to sew it, to get it ready. It was much harder to do than any dog thing I've done. Uh, the cover design of the books are adorable. Yes, they are wonderful. And the artists at Reader's Magnet pull all that together for me, and I was so excited about it. You can't, you can look at 1,000 covers, but there's always just that one that's very special. They did a fantastic job, and I'm so happy with it. It's never too late to do something different, and they just hit it nail on with both of those books. There's a Lakeisha Townsend. Thank you for calling. And I'm not sure where you're from, but sounds like you may be from my area. I hope so. But I appreciate that you like the fact that I'm still working at my age. Believe me, I have a group of girlfriends who are 80s also. And we get together, I'll cook the dinner and they'll take me out for ice cream, and we go places and have such a good time. And in the meanwhile, I find out information. One of my very close friends took one of my kitty cats from out behind my store, and she's been her mate for 6 years. Everybody said, "What do you want that cat for?" She said, "Because I need something to love." Margaret Tucker, thank you for your input about the book, and I hope that you'll get the other books too. It will be fun for you, and I look forward to hearing from you again. Send us a note to Reader's Magnet, or do anything that you can to get with us. And I do hope that, friends, that we will see you also at New York, LA conference before. So we want to be here for you, and you're here for us, and you're part of us because things you do make us what we are and give us ideas and keep us rolling. So anything that we can do, we want to do it. Lakeisha's from Columbus, Ohio. I have been to Cincinnati. I had a cousin who played first base for Johnny Temple was his name, for Cincy Reds. So that was always fun for me when I was 16. I got to dress in a ball uniform that I made. The Franz, yes, hope to see you. Good, that's wonderful. So I hope all of you will come to the conference. That's going to be fun. And even if it costs a couple dollars, do it, and we'll have a good time. And then after the conference, maybe we can all get together at some little restaurant and have a cup of coffee and cheer to the future. I do look forward to all of that. It's been a lot of fun, and you will be you'll be blessed with all the other people that are out there too. Um, so the breed I'd like to be would be maybe a poodle, maybe a poodle. And they don't smell, their hair grows, and you go to the beauty shop. So that's why poodles are lots of fun too. My my favorite dog is Dachshund. Although now I do have um, a my dog Peppy. She's kind of one of the coverish types, and she's a Chihuahua. And I love Chihuahuas. They're crazy. Mine's crazy, but she's very quiet. She's not one that gets out and raises sound with everybody. But I love her, and she talks. But Treats and Tails was always, if I didn't have any inspiration, I'd go to the pound and I'd go pet the dogs over there, and I'd take them a little bag of treats so that they could have, excuse me, have something available. And we love going over there, and you have a hard time ever leaving your city pound without taking a baby with you, because they look at you, they cock that head, they put that hand out, they shake your hand, and these are the things that makes it special and makes you want to do something for them. And I feel with my little book, that's what I've wanted to do, is to encourage people to go look at the pets and see the pets and find you one, and then get you a vet and enjoy your life and enjoy our book Treats and Tails, because I think it will help you with your endeavors with yours. They're all fun. My dog gets up and watches television, and she's not very big, but she loves horses. And one day she saw a horse at a place, and she about went wild. So you have to love them. They're always just so great. And I think that with the Treats and Tail book, I think that you will enjoy the things that we do with it, with the dogs, where we have pictures of them, we have things that they wear, their clothing. That's something that if you get really, 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 really big on it, they'll do the clothing, and they'll wear them, and it's nothing. They get warm in the wintertime, but if they get hot, you're in a hot weather, a bow will be about as sufficient as you would want. So that's always great. And of course, the last chapter of the book does cover everything from bras to bows. Maybe we need to write a dog book called Bows and Bras. That would be good. They'll wear a bra when they have puppies. They have large bosoms, and it's good to have something to hold that for them. And so I did design a bra that's something they love, and the dogs are happy and wear it. Once in a while, some dog might tear somebody else's clothes off of them, but other than that, it seems to work out really quite well. And but the how-tos are wonderful. They should be worn safely. You want to make sure that you don't have buttons and that they chew off, or fabrics that are not good for them to have. And Bob Montgomery said he likes to talk to dogs. Well, that is a brilliant thing, and I do too. They like for you to talk to them. When you see a dog anywhere, they'll say, I love you. And so you say, I love you, and you're talking to your friend's pet. I'm so glad that Parker Brook and Parker, I have a dog, the one that's got my hair color, his name is Parker. And so, just so you know, and it's like I'm reading a script from a movie. So that's good. I'm so happy. Maybe someday they'll pick it out and make a movie out of it, and we can see ourselves, our dogs, and all these good things in what we're doing. I hope so. I've loved every moment spending with you people. It's so good that you've called in and written in. I mean, I've been astounded with all of what has happened through all this. I make leggings too for dogs. So in the wintertime, if you got dogs in areas where it's cold, look up the leggings in the back of the book. I'm trying to see if it's about time for me to go off, but I think I've got a few more minutes, so we'll keep going as long as you wish for me to. Daryl, Daryl likes the book Treats and Tales, and I'm so glad. I hope you have at least 10 copies so you can share it with your friends. And I do love it. Where are you from, Daryl? Maybe they can let us know where they're from. I do like to know where people are from, and I do go places to do autograph shows and so forth. So most of us will, if we can possibly do it, not just the ones that are uh, big shows, but small shows are always good too. I can go with the fire department. I can go with the animal control. And I love doing dog fashion shows and show all the garments. I probably have 200 dog dresses and outfits. So that would be fun for you to have me come and do a show, bring some outfits, and we'll do it. And you can make some money for your town or your humane society. I'd love to do anything to help you. So that's always a lot of fun. We're on about 26 minutes, and so just remember, try the clothing thing. A few things are fun, and people always love to stop you. You get attention when you do have your pet with you. The one thing I hate to see is a pet hanging out the door of a car. That's not out of windows. That's not good. But keep your animals safe. And Michelle, or Michael, excuse me, says you love the book. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you've reached out to us and let us know that you're here. And maybe you can get to that festival. You're in the Festival of Storytellers and get deep into that and see what everybody's doing. We all love to share our experiences and our time with you. My book, On Call is this book. On Call is this book, and then I have Treats and Tales also, which I think most of you are familiar with this. So we'd love for you to get with us. We'll be glad to share anything we can and make your life a little bit happier with our books and with our knowledge and with our hopes and dreams. And you can help us to get on with additional opportunities. And my next one will be a novel connected. And so we've got about 15, 20 books that will be coming out to you. So stay in touch with us. And I'm Rotha Dawkins again. I'm from Thomasville, North Carolina. I have Facebook coming up. We have all kinds of things that our wonderful Readers Magnet has given to us. And this is a part of the Festival of Storytellers. So we want you to share and and enjoy all of this. And you can, of course, buy our books through Barnes & Noble and through I had a phone call and through other sources. So, but if you have any trouble getting there, you be sure and let us know. We'll be happy to get you pointed in the right direction. So Amazon and Barnes & Noble and Reader's Magnet, the Festival of Storytellers, all these fantastic systems that are putting out book after book and giving us the things that we need and sharing and getting it to you. So I'd like to wish you a happy day, and I would like to thank you for being part of our show. We'll be here tomorrow. Please sign on and think up some more good questions, and I'll be here, and I might even wear a red dress for you. So good luck to everyone, and God bless all of you. Thank you, and thank you, Reader's Magnet, for sharing us with everybody and with the world. Thank you.